Okay, everybody. Time for some Disco Elysium. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for whatever this game is gonna be today? I don't know if I'm ready, but we're gonna do it. And we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see. Last time we were here, I failed to tear down some cassette tape from this very tree. Yeah, I forgot to change the notification before it went out. So hilariously, that indecipherable ASCII dinosaur went out a second time, which of all the messages to forget to change, that's maybe the funniest one. So I feel great about that. Hello, hi everybody. Hi. Well, yeah, just hello everybody. Hello chat. It's a beautiful, I mean, I guess I don't know what the weather is where y'all at. Here in New York, it's just a gorgeous, sunny day. A little bit cold, but a little bit nice. Oh yeah, Bumble. We had a whole big old burst of gift subs last round. I think it was AJ that gave you a gift sub, but if anybody can remember, that would be nice. So yeah, surprise Bumble, welcome to Apple Club. If anything, an indecipherable ASCII message works better, I think, for Disco Elysium than it does for a Blender stream. So hopefully people will see that and be like, well, this is whatever this is, I'm on board. Oh, Nicholas JT, that's good to know. That's good information to have on hand. If you check your notifications, you can see who gifted you the sub. Okay, yeah, so last time I failed this very simple interfacing check, and was not able to tear down this cassette, which is very frustrating, but, this game is wild. It's non-stop wild, and I love it, and it's great. Oh, Squatcha, thank you for the subscribe. Welcome to Apple Club, the most delicious club. All of the levels are fruit levels, and they're all the most delicious because I love fruit. Okay. So, trying to find a tape for eggheads that, fuck, this game's fucking weird. Last time, we finished talking to these rockers. After many failed attempts, literally as many failed attempts as it was possible to do, found a way to connect with Egghead the rocker, and so we're friends now. I also learned the backstory of Dolores Day, a colonizer saint, kind of, in this religion. We went to a church. We met a man who lives off God energy at the top of the church. And God fucking what else? We agreed to help the ravers turn the church into a dance club, as long as they're not cooking meth in the dance club. And they said they would try. So a lot of new stuff on our plate. Have not actually made any progress finding the cryptozoologist, so I think that's what we're going to focus on this video. Oh, hello! Welcome to your first Jenna stream. Anybody who's new, welcome to your first Jenna stream. If you don't know what Disco Elysium is, I can't describe it, but you'll catch on as we start to play. And Clarodactyl, thank you for re-upping your subscribe. I'm glad I'm able to do games on the weekend at times when non-US residents can watch stuff. So thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Okay. I got some refreshing black tea. Just feeling a little. I was getting that 2 o'clock drowsy because it's around 2 o'clock here, and I was like, I should get some hearty caffeinated tea to poke myself up. So the cryptozoologist, Lena's husband. Lena's a lovely woman back in the city. This has absolutely nothing to do with the murder case we're trying to solve. And that's kind of why I want to do it. That murder case is bumming me out. So we're going to the southwest. We've kind of been going to the south-north. No? What did I just say? It was dumb. South-north is nothing. We have not been going south-north. We've been going northwest. We've been going northwest, but this guy's in the southwest, so we need to go that way. Oh, Snaggletusks, thank you for the gift summon to oh god, Jan Hans or Jan Hans. Both of those are great. Anyway, Snaggletusks, thank you for sending the gift sub. And Jedi Superpunk tipping us over with a cute little corgi emoji into a hype train. It's very exciting. Yeah, Kim's been so chill and so patient as we discovered the car that I'd driven into the ice and walked around this village without pants. Kim, truly a saint. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. What happened here? In this yard? Kim asks. A flock of gray swallows takes off in the distance. He's assessing the situation, how long it's been abandoned. Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it a decade ago. So, wait, what is a bloc obscur, Kim? A black bloc? A part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way. On aerial photos, bloc obscurs look like dark squares, hence their names. So this part of the coast is a bloc obscur? Practically. It's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Well, let's loot, Kim. Yes, for you to scavenge like a post-apocalyptic scavenger who collects trash and errant magnesium blisters. He gives you a weary smile. It's not meant as nagging, just an observation. Aw, Kim. Oh, Kim. We should move. I don't think we'll solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation. Yeah, Kim, you're right. You're right, but just real quick, since we're here, maybe we do a little bit of loading. A little bit of looting. Glory, says the graffito. I see some money on the ground. Cha-ching. I like that Kim and I took different directions around the house. Yeah! Got some pills. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Maybe I can get... tape, smallest church in St. Sens. Ooh, I wonder... I mean, this doesn't sound like something I could sing karaoke to. There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal-reel at hand. A pawn shop would have a tape player. I know where to find a pawn shop, so that's good news. Hey, AJ! Ooh. Okay, so that's all there was over here. Hey, Busted! Hello, everybody who just entered the chat. You have not missed much. That's it. I was trying to think about what you've missed, but we've only been at this for a couple minutes. So mostly you just missed me summing up the last couple episodes. I think we're going to try to find the cryptozoologist today. Although I just found a tape. So at some point we're going to have to go and play that tape. Because I gotta know what it says. The cryptozoologist is supposed to be to the southwest. We've mostly sort of been going north to the church area. A little black swallow circles above you. You hear it chirrup. Chirp, chirp. I was trying to figure out when the Final Cut upload would go through. so that I no longer have to read everything. Hopefully things will be... Oh, dope. Got some healing items. Just trying to figure out when the professional voice actors who professionally voice these characters would once again be voicing everything for me. But there's no release date yet for the expansion. Haha, hey Generally Jenna, good luck grading. I do not envy you the work. Oh. Hype train went through. Alright, this is a telephone? No, a payphone. A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You can use it to call someone unless you're out of change. Haha! I've been hustling, so I have change. Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong? Should you be doing this? End of tone. Somebody picks up. Pierre? Is that Pierre? The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. Is this the same woman that we accidentally called the last time we were on the phone? Is that possible? Say you're not Pierre. That seems like a better idea. You don't know why. I'm not... I am gonna say I'm Pierre. Because the game's telling me not to. And this game often leads me wrong and right, so I can't trust it. So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died. What kind of pets did you have? Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. They're chrysanthemum. Her voice is drowning in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look like... It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. Let's do it again. I got 0.10 real. Someone with a masculine voice picks up. Hello, Gerard speaking. Hello, Gerard. Technically speaking, you're electricity. No, what you are is a surprise. Get his wife on the phone. What? These are all of these options are deranged. Hey, Gerard, get your wife for me, will you? Who is this? The man does not understand. What the fuck is happening? It's Pierre, now put her on. I don't like waiting. I'm just prank calling people now, it turns out. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to me like that? Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that? There we go. Uh-oh. Am I about to break up a marriage? Is this game gonna let me break up? What? I guess I'm gonna break up a marriage. I'm the guy who's fucking your wife, Gerard. Now put her on the phone before I lose patience. Just let me... just tell me what's going on here. Now you hear fear, too. The voice gets further away from the microphone, then yells, Bian, come here! The sounds are muffled. You can make out two people, a man and a woman, called Bian. They are talking to each other in agitated voices. There's a shuffling of feet. Children, maybe? Amid the howling in the wire, you make out a woman's voice in a thick Sumerian accent. Gerard, this is a joke. Somebody's making a joke. More shouting. You're pretty sure you heard a man say fuck several times. Then the crackle in the phone line gets violently loud like a surf breaking. You hear a faint thunk. You could swear you're hearing furniture falling over. Wait, Gerard, let's just keep talking, buddy. You can't make out a single word, just vague voices. One more, a child has joined. Something breaks or falls over. Footsteps approach. Something hits the phone with a loud crack of plastic and a microphone hiss. After that, you are left with a disconnected tone. Kim, I don't know. Kim, I don't know. What the hell was I doing? Ah! I don't understand. What has happened? You're right, Kim. This went wrong. I shouldn't have done this. Kim says, you're right, you shouldn't have. Let's just go. I've had enough of this phone booth. Oh my god. I said on Twitter that this was going to be the episode where Kim finally respects me. I could not have been more wrong. Oh no! Okay. Oh my god. Jedi Superpunk, thank you for subscribing. I saw that happen in the corner of my eye, but I was too busy panicking about what the fuck was happening. Alright. Great. Great energy to bring into this stream early on. I guess here's the funny thing. I think the way to win back, I say win back as though I ever had it. The way to earn Kim's respect would be to go back and finish solving the murder mystery, which I am also choosing not to do. So my priorities are not in line. Someone has left an unidentified article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. Take a closer look. I'm hoping this is something I can wear. Well, maybe not. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. Seems likely that it was left in the surf until somebody laid it out on the fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass. Please tell me you're not taking that with you. Why not, Kim? It's a guano-encrusted jacket, and you're already carrying around enough as it is. Wow. The game's... Oh? Well? God, why am I... Okay. The game is refusing to categorize this jacket as clothing, so I don't think I can actually wear it, which is pretty funny. This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. You can't even tell what brand it is. Let me interact with this. You hold it in your hands. It makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. And how did this jacket get so disgusting? It's a sordid and filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? That's the filthy jacket talking. Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously. This feels like something I'm gonna definitely try. Let me go ahead and heal my morale. This feels like this might damage my morale. Let's think about it. It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature tangled in gray strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Okay, but what's the crust made out of? Somehow it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk, if not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beach at night. The feral dogs in this game notoriously hate litter, so that tracks. The faint impression of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before somebody draped it over the railing. Okay. What happened once somebody put it on the railing? The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? Somewhere high above the city, a pair of seagulls trace loops through the air. There are, like the bombardiers of an aerostatic brigade, gliding above a target-rich environment. All of a sudden, the bomb bay doors open and their white glittering payload rushes to the ground. Splat! An explosion of white on a man's shoe. A curse goes up, but the bird does not hear. Why did I spend all this time thinking about seagull shit? And more importantly, why did I make you, people in the chat, also listen to all of this stuff about seagull shit? Too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck. Okay. It did damage my morale! Okay. Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out. Good. What a good use of my time, and by extension, your time. There seems to be... I think this is the last little area we can access around here. Yeah, I know, like, I think if I remember correctly, in Italian culture, it's good luck to be pooed on by a bird. I feel like there's a range of things that have, oh, hell yeah. Megabino's prescription lenses, +2 encyclopedia, -1 perception. Let's go ahead and check out how these look. I hope I get more inventory space. Well, you can't really see the glasses anyway under Froggy Hat, and Froggy Hat is not an option. You always have to, Froggy Hat stays no matter what. Every single pair of glasses I have, okay, it does give me more inventory. Every pair of glasses I have gives me some negative, which is pretty funny. Punch Frog, what's happening with your dog? Your dog panicking? I think I'm gonna keep these on. I feel great about them. Oh yeah, these are the weird, these are the weird flavorful sea monster glasses, which match thematically, I feel, to Froggy Hat. Vagrants have recently painted this tarp red. Water drips from it. A coin-operated weighing machine. Hasn't been used for a decade. Oh, that's fair. I would also be very excited if I saw a dog outside, so I think that tracks. Punch Frog, I'm glad you approve of Froggy Hat. When I click on this object... Oh, I guess I don't have anything to weigh. Yet. Mix us up. I would like to hear you be a dork. A makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried... Oh. That tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Alright. See some cash. Take your time, buddy. There we go. Hello! August Tapinoche? Oh boy. I don't know where the spaces in your name go, August. But hello. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Moonshine probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Oh, hello. The smell is awful and familiar. What is it? Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be. Heads up, Lieutenant. Something isn't right here. Are we about to get a second murder mystery that I'm gonna have to ignore? The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. Oh. Oh boy. Let's... There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. Oh, mix us up. That sucks. That's such a bummer. I hate when stuff like that happens. We're not. I wish I were dating Kim. Kim's so far out of my league, though. He might be out of, like, everybody that we've met in this game so far league. He's the only one of the few people that has their shit together today. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Oh boy, I hope this isn't the cryptozoologist. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits, in his cramped hand a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with his right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet. Oh, Squatcha, I don't know if this is going to be a good vibes only, at least in the game. Chat is usually pretty good vibes, but I do think we just found another corpse. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. Hold on, Kim says. Bye, Project Marley! The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Fuck. Damn it. God damn it, Kim. I know you're right, but... Alright, let's study the man. The man has fallen through the cracks in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still tangled through the hole. A bad fall. Must have been dark out. This place is a minefield in the dark. When damp, these boards are really slippery. Even a sober man could lose their balance here. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him, drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightened in their frozen gaze. 175 centimeters, curly hair, stout build, age approximately 50 to 60 years. Oh, I'm so worried this is the cryptozoologist. He's wearing mud-caked boots, brown, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. Must be custom made. You find... Ooh, he has a folded library card. I haven't found a library yet, so... Okay. We'll have to see how that is. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hands. Oh, AJ, I'm drinking some lovely black tea. The last of some black tea that I got when I was in Paris over a year ago. Fuck. Time. Just giving myself a moment to pour a little bit more hot water. Re-steep these bad boys. Okay. Ugh. Kim says good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done. I haven't found a library yet, so we'll just have to see where that is. Ha! More and more tell Cinnamon Shakes I say hello. I hope they are well. There's some dried blood on the metal bench right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here. Examine the man's head. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head, an open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. Kim says, I don't see any other major wounds, do you? It's hard to say. Bye, Crow Baby. Good luck on your paper. No, just this one at the back of his head. Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Examine the bottle. 0.75 liter Tulula vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. Tear all around us. He looks at two other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper. I wasn't gonna, Kim. I wasn't gonna. Examine the chewing gum wrapper. Ah, Punch Frog! Thank you once again for the gift sub to mix us up. That's very kind of you. Welcome to Apple Club. I think Apple Club. I mean, I guess I'll see when your icon updates. Rubowski Spearmint Chewing Gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. Oh, Banana Club. Oh, that's good. I got some bananas this week. I'm excited about eating one after the stream. Just a fun banana fact about me, I guess. Alright, look in. The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum, too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. What? Solidified on his lower rear teeth. What? Kim says he ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, the lieutenant shudders from the cold. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same. Step on the floorboards. They squeak under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight is what caused the boardwalk to break. Definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole. You never would have found him. Phew. Who is this man, Kim? Kim says he looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know the spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. I mean, we did, but I guess we were exploring. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? I think labeling him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. We don't know anything yet. Kim says, we do know that he was married. The lieutenant points to the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and gray. But you're right. Let's not run ahead. For now, all we know is he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk. What should we do with him, Kim? From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our old, or we will report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. Ugh, I do not want to have to do another field autopsy. This is so tricky, though. Alright, we can take the case, or not take the case. I am so worried that this is the cryptozoologist. Because I think he would be around this age, and he was married. And I'm worried if we don't take this case, we're just never going to find the cryptozoologist. Oh, this is so hard. Alright, let's ask about the field autopsy. Field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal. And this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it as that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. Kim? That feels sloppy. Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. This feels... Kim is subtweeting me about how much time I've spent talking to dice makers and that sort of shit. God. Oh no, Silver Skeen, you're right. That would be a wild connection. Not impossible, but pretty wild. No, she didn't ask about a missing husband. We insisted that her husband was missing because we're deranged, and I don't think she thought her husband was missing in any way. Oh, I can't say no to a quest, so I guess we're taking this case on. Kim says, alright, we should first examine the library card you found, then we can call the station from my Kinema and let him know we're taking the case. Yeah, Punch Frog, not impossible, but pretty wild is for sure the vibe. Yeah, what do you think happened here, Kim? Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for the bench, he'd be alive. Well, he might have just fallen straight through and drowned, so maybe. Silver Skeen, follow your gut. By which I mean, I'll follow your gut and talk to that lady in a moment. Somebody should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk, but let's ask about the kebab first. What about it? Kim asks. The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox. Well, that seems like a good place to follow up about this person's identity. Do you think he was drunk? Oh yeah, the lieutenant's nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure? Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. Fair enough. Alright, let's... thank you for the autosave, game. Alright, let's see what the name on this library card is. Jamrock Public Library. The library card is folded in two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library card issued to Billy Mijon, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member. Look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencils. Radio Thriller, Stands a Little Less Between Me and the Sun. The last one on the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Thalbot. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Well, that's good. I hear that if you don't return your library books, you become a ghost, because you've got unfinished business. Most of these titles seem to be on the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers, too. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005-02-55-211 or visit the Miro Street 76 Jamrock. Business hours 9 to 18. It's almost closed, but I bet we could get there. Good. We should give him a call from my kinema and see if we can learn anything about Billy Majon. Okay. I guess I shouldn't collect any of the stuff that's in the trash can in case it's evidence. Stop messing with the coin mirror and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Yeah, mix this up. Me too. The art is very good. I'm really curious about this weighing machine. And what the whole deal with... I have to assume I'll be able to use it at some point. Bars cover these long, dusty windows. The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? Lieutenant, can you make out with me? No, he shakes his head. The winds rattle in their frames. I won't even try. You know, he takes his glasses off. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad. You can, still shoot, though? Well, enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10. Kim. You there. What are you looking at?
And Mikhail, notice the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He smiles. He sees you approaching and
You,
smiles.
officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez.
No.
I'm Trant Heidelstein. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on. Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Jan Karp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Okay.
No,
Kim know each
I
other?
can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Really into worms lately. Chat, are you saying that the voices that I do... Oh, I can't even pretend I'm doing voices for him. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not even really trying. I should, though. I'm going to try on Kim's voice. I'm really excited for Kim to be fully voiced. Maybe more so than almost any other character. The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms, when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again. Wow, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries. Okay, I'm going to shake this dude down for money in a moment. What's so fascinating about an empty old building? Oh. Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. He raises his hand to his eyes. Springtime sun warming his warm, handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you. And what not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom. I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical. That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königsland 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global... God, this is not interesting to me. Became a global partner in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in the business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing metaphors here. What was the ace? It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed a prototype for a tape computer. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants Ream, ICM, and ZAM haven't achieved yet. He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind. So what happened? Indeed, what, he says. The revolution? The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve. Trant nods. Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for the middle management. Feld built the side of town for R&D. Well, that explains why the boardwalk is so broken down. What happened to the engineers, the company people? Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. He smiles again, as if he's somehow personally responsible for this bleak turn of events. But this story is a bit too dark with little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers, he means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys were bourgeoisie. Wow, I can just say that? Tell me about tape computers. I already ruined one marriage today. I'm not going to ruin this little boy's life by teaching him about the world. Was that the wrong choice? Oh god, whatever, it's too late. What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? Trant says they used them for military communications. His son looks up, idly chewing at the corner of his worm-themed coloring book, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the March Decree? I mean, the radio transmission sent out to new agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Mon Baiser l'Insulidad. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. He looks at his son, who starts giggling, his face hidden behind the book. Tried to. Someone was too interested in worms to be paying any attention. The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of his book, already forgetting about this part of the conversation. You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk? Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel. But that got destroyed in the war. Do you think pleasure wheel is a Ferris wheel? The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky. Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovative cybernetics, but history had other plans. Let me ask you something else. You look like somebody who has money. Do you have money? Trant says, I do have some money, yes, but that's not really what's important here. He brushes it off like it's not a thing at all. Come on, I mean, you need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some. Well, could I have some of that unimportant money then? Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. He looks uncomfortable, his left hand squeezing his son's shoulder. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions. Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out? Hey, do you work out? I do some Lo Mang Thang stick fighting now and then. Lo Mang Thang stick fighting is a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mang Thang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent. A form of martial arts, eh? Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo traditions of the Hali people, the name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures, Uffa. Hey, Stark1, thank you for re-upping your subscription. We're at it. Yeah, we've been at it 48 minutes. Okay. God, have we made any progress? We've made progress. If you're just tuning in, we found another dead body. This one looks to be an accident, at least, and unrelated to the events of the other murder case that I'm ignoring. You doze off as he paints you a comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind, seasoning it with unexpected pop culture references. Man, hire this person at Polygon, am I right? I'm not right. You would never doze off to her videos, I'm sure. Man, he's good at speaking. People must love him. But anyway, he says after a while, with a charming, apologetic smile, I am boring you with details again. You were saying? Not interested in the practice. I just wanted to know how often you worked out. Now and then. Like, it's like, once a week? Oh my god. A little bit like a Puraholian addiction. Whoa. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar? Is that... So it's like twice a week? Every other day? God, it's difficult to stay on topic with you. Suddenly, little Mikhail opens his mouth. Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that. And a special costume. That's right, Mikhail. Trent grabs his kid into a single-handed embrace, looking slightly embarrassed. It also has a meditative quality, helps to clear my head. But anyway. Yeah, this dude might be... Yeah, Nicholas, this dude might be Batman. And thanks to you for having me and little Michael here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed. Pick your brain? If anything, that was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever. Oh, Morimore. Okay. Pleasure wheels, whose passengers rode in chairs suspended from large wooden rings, turned by strong men, may have originated in 17th century Bulgaria. Okay. That rules. Ooh, money. You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. Slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away. Kim says, looks like tomorrow never came. Lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Another power box. This changes nothing new. It's empty. Fence blocks the path. No way from here. Oh, I see a dude. I see a dude in the beach. Okay, maybe this is a cryptozoologist. Alright, we're back on it, gang. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save. Just in case. God, is there stuff down here? No, no. Can't get distracted. Gotta talk to that man. He might be a cryptozoologist. Hello. Yeah, these guys okay. Okay. I think we've done it. Soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean.
Here we go. Nice and easy.
Hey!
No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officer.
I'm so glad he's not dead. His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist. Is feels like a bird in a really funny way.
Is that the police? Why's the police here?
I love this art in particular of the crypto-fascist.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morel, the cryptozoologist?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance. That's fair. Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Ah, of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damned waterlock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Phew! Completed that test, got 70 points, and leveled up. Hot damn. To Clamper Jam, I love that you made popcorn. I'm gonna make popcorn after this stream because that sounds just amazing. The 881, what you missed is that we found the cryptozoologist. He does not like cops. Respect. The 881 is a raised motorway that separates Martinez from Jamrock. The labyrinth of streets underneath it makes it difficult to pass, not like walking over a nice waterlock. I feel like I should not tell this dude that I'm the one that broke it, but I also feel like it'd probably be really funny whatever he has to say in response. This is one of these games that's just like makes me want to do the wrong thing. Yeah, that was me. I broke the waterlock with my motor carriage, but it's fixed now. You can go back.
You broke the waterlock with the motor carriage? But there was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle, it said Samaran Butter.
Samaran Butter. I guess you're right. It was really the sign's fault. Anyway, you can go back now.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yeah, Gary.
Yes, Gary, we can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
Oh, Kim.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. So, tell me about this phasmid you're looking for. Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in Reed's laying traps for it. What makes it so difficult to find? Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter, in this case the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may also have developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists in our present case. What sort of specialized techniques? It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical differences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen. A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost. So you're ghost hunters. No, this is precisely what we're not. We're zoological specialists looking for an extant species of phasmid. Why are you so interested in the stick bug? It doesn't seem to be as colorful as some of the other cryptids I've heard about. He flashes you a sideways smile. That's when you go like this. Sideways. Typical rookie assumption, insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulating phasmid would be an apex of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long, he shakes his head. Thank you, Mercury. I felt great about it. What have you discovered about it so far? Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. So, no one's ever found one? Not yet, he holds up an index finger, but that's what makes it a cryptid. The lieutenant interjects. Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real? I know it's real, the cryptozoologist says, briskly enough that even he seems taken aback by it. It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement. By which I mean, he says, gathering himself, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Elysium phasmid is more than a mere superstition. Lena said there'd been a sighting of it here in Martinez. Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what specifically brought us to Martinez. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for the species, what with all these sewage runoffs upstream, but it probably doesn't matter much anymore. So maybe it died out? The cryptozoologist shakes his head vigorously. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is a word I know because of the Wicker Man. He means asexual reproduction. The female of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for species with a small population to survive. Parthenogenesis. Okay. This arouses no special feelings in me. And it shouldn't. Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate. That doesn't seem likely. This dude's all up in this. Lena seems pretty eager for you to return. And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we've finished with these traps. He looks south where Lena would be. My wife understands that just as well as anyone. Oh, come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back, Gary says. And leave the traps? Morel responds. Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down. Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon. Ugh. Come on, you're not doing this for her. I'm doing this for science, and so is she. I didn't know the phasmid was so important to Lena. Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting on record, one of only 4 this century, and it's hers. She's seen it? Really? She sighted the phasmid? She didn't tell me that. Yes, that's how we first came to know each other, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. He coughs, then continues. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof that the Elysium phasmid together. I can't abandon course now. Another cough, into his fist this time. Ooh, dude, you gotta dry up that cough, man. Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back to check your traps later? No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if phasmids were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel? I could go for some trap setting. What? Oh yeah, what if we checked on the traps for you? He looks at you with obvious surprise. I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. I am all in with this cryptid shit. I am hooked. Caught the bug, I see. He cracks an unwieldy smile. That's what an unwieldy smile looks like. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagined. What do I do if there's a phasmid in one of these traps? Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the finding, but he's lying about this even to himself. And where are the traps? There are 4 in total. One is to the south on this little peninsula, by the boathouse there. He points south. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there on your way to the local old radio tower after the church. The third is set near the canal where you crossed, by a big concrete slab, a big thicket of reeds going up the coast, up the slope, and among them, he gestures to up in front of him. You should check at least one of these before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but better safe than sorry. And if I encounter one in the wild? That's highly unlikely, officer, but in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mix I developed. Bleh? It's made of musk and research chemicals. No. The pheromones should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week. Oh, this is... Oh, poor Kim. Kim's gonna have to be in whatever miasma of this. Yeah, lay it on me thick. He douses you with the odd-smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, then gives you a satisfied nod. This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water. Kim, I'm so sorry. The lieutenant wrinkles his nose. I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious, like holy water. It is precious, the cryptozoologist says. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research. He looks at the lieutenant with disdain. Hey, don't you treat Kim that way. Then puts the spray back in his pocket. All right, let's go. Kim says right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling. Finally, Gary says. Someone's talking sense. Thank you for helping. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it. If it's more cryptid-related business that you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later, too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt. Silver Skein. What about the eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps. Let's just get going. Here's the thing. This game's so weird. It feels not impossible that this phasmid exists. It seems really possible. Bye, AJ. Have a good time at your meeting. Here's the thing. We met a guy so rich he created a black hole. It seems not impossible.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
It seems not impossible that this cryptid is real, and that this might lead somewhere interesting. So, why not?
Yellow man. I mean,
oh,
officer.
Fuck off, Gary. What the fuck? The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly, then takes out his notebook. Yellow man? Fucking interesting. Something to ask him about after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps, so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much to see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue. Yeah, big yikes. Big yikes on Gary. I don't know if I care what this dude thinks of me. Drunks and degenerates, that's my crew.
Dark times will do that to good men.
I don't think I was ever a good man, dude. He nods gravely, then shifts his gaze to the pile of soggy logs at the feet. Oh, and maybe this is the dude? Hey, is this your mug? My mug? Why would you think that? You said yellow man. It's not something many people go around saying. Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone. Gary? Still, seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching? Okay, I admit it, Gary says. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I knew I shouldn't have, and I'm very sorry, officer. He pauses. You're not going to fine me, are you? I'm definitely going to fine you, for sure. I am... Rip out a fine slip for 100 real. He accepts the slip of copy paper with a bow. Okay, I deserve that, and I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property. I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koshkos are price dumping us out of competition. What did you do, Gary? Morale yells. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law. How did you get into the trash container? I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, MC Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. Why would you need to get into everyone's trash? So I could use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff, he says, bowing shamefully like a fallen knight. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Jimenez running it like a mob. I'm worried that these words that he's saying are all slurs. I'm worried I'm accidentally saying weird in-game slurs as this is going. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Disgraced, Kim says. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and looks up. No need for such histrionics, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container. He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer. Yeah, fictional slurs makes it better, but I still don't feel great about it. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who is hanging behind the whirling in rags, into the trash container? Officer, please, let me explain. It's not like that. Go on, motherfucker. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know. Okay, then what happened? Then I came out to clean out the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. He changes his mind mid-sentence. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too. Right. It was just civic duty, the lieutenant remarks drolly. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? Armor? No. He changes his mind. I mean, yes, of course. I knew he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. This dude's suspicious as hell. And infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded. Oops, I accidentally re-clicked something. Hold on. Let's move on, for now. I hope I could help your investigation in my small way. He's visibly relieved it's over. Does this mean you were in his apartment admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him. Let's see. You were surprised to see my colleague, Kitsuragi. Not many Seolites here or anywhere, other than Sil. I meant no offense, truly. If you didn't mean offense, don't fucking do it. The lieutenant is, let's see. Do you have a problem with Seolites? No, no problem at all, he flashes an impenetrable smile at the lieutenant. Do you know anything about the man hanging behind the whirling in rags? I told you everything I know, sir. I'm truly sorry for the mug, but I have nothing to do with that. He shifts uncomfortably in his clothes. He's not feeling too comfortable in his own skin. Odd, I say. Unfortunately, shifting around doesn't make him the killer. It's something else. Okay. Really, really low check on this composure. But I think we have to go for it. It's a white check, so we can retry it. And I do have a skill point in the bag that I can pull out at some point. Ooh, should I save scum? Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me see if I have any stuff that's gonna boost my composure. Like a pair of shoes that make me look really put together. I don't know if I have anything that's gonna boost my composure. Oh, that is exactly as I said. I've got a pair of really nice shoes that are gonna make me seem more composed. Okay. You can save some. Oh, wait, you read specifically this one, we should save scum? Oh, should we save the scum? I see. Alright.
Always a pleasure to see an officers.
Alright, it's still a very low check, but it's a little bit better. Well, Haas, we have, not to rat myself out, we have successfully save scummed on this stream, but I think I mean, we might have shifted some stuff around to get that to happen. I don't remember exactly how we did it, but it was to get our jacket and to make that cool jump. Okay. Let's analyze this dude's composure. Uh-oh. Failure. Okay. Ooh, close though. Is he? He looks comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads? Sounds like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothing? Hey, are you currently sporting some anal beads? Kim leans in confidentially. You wouldn't be able to hear if he were wearing anal beads, he whispers. Please excuse my colleague's humor, Kim says. Working this murder case is taking a toll on us both. You don't quite have to answer that yet. What he means is working on the case is taking a toll on you, and working with you is taking a toll on him. Of course, of course. Okay. Oh, Kim. Alright, so we do have a point. We could drop a point in composure and try again right now. God, I have a -1 on authority. It's extremely funny. Alright, I'm gonna... Actually, do I have any other stuff for composure that I need to recheck? Got a bunch of stuff for reconceptualization. Just this one. Okay, I'm gonna... so hard to know what to do. I'm gonna increase my composure. Let's try this again.
Always a pleasure to see officers.
Okay, this is a much better chance. Okay. Got a 42% chance. Feeling strong about it. I'm gonna, to build up suspense, take a moment to refill my tea. This feels really, I don't know. I mean, this feels like it's pretty important because we now have somebody who we have somehow looped back to solving this murder mystery. Kim must be elated. Hey, Chad! Chad, here's what you missed. We found another dead body. It was not great. And we found the cryptozoologist, which was great. And now we're talking to somebody who might have been a witness for the lynching. Okay. Tackle McCain, that's possible. Sometimes you get bonuses through talking to the other stuff, so let's try this. Gary, no, I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way, but I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own. So actually, why are you here, dude? I'm into cryptids. Do you have a favorite? Oh yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safre Serai. What's a burning rhino? A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do. How do they burn? They have special ducts just above their shoulder blades, which secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire. That fucking rules. How is this combustible fluid lit? How does the lighting of this fluid actually work? The rhino starts running very fast to build up heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze. Fucking what? This seems unlikely. Yeah, well, Revachol used to be a flaming rhino once a long time ago. What? Revachol used to be a flaming rhino once a long time ago, he says, then pauses thoughtfully. That seems unlikely too, doesn't it? Nicholas, this does sound like something I would make on one of my Blender streams. Maybe the next Blender stream should be Flaming Rhino. Burning Rhino. Why only the males? The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior. During the burning rhinos mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway, the lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels, some even spiritual. So, Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment in Martinez? You point in the direction. Sure do, officer. His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going. Oh, gosh. I don't think... He's definitely not been back to his apartment. And you're a big man from Hemdahl fan, right? The color drains from his face. How? I saw that ridiculous poster in your apartment, along with all your other colonialist memorabilia. But why were you in my apartment, officer? Just doing Mr. Clare a small favor. So you work for Everett Clare. He realizes what's going on and changes his tone. Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me. The man looks around, whispering. He makes sure no one hears you talk. As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back. Really, I don't even know what it was about. I just opened the door. Whatever it is, tell him I'm silent as the grave, the man thinks. I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night about some theories. This dude fucking knows something. He looks around nervously. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can. This scared him proper. He's positively melting from has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together. The weather vane has turned, the lieutenant remarks with a smirk. He cannot be unturned. He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation. Ah! Alright, good call. That has given us a +2 on this legendary composure check because we scared him. Feeling great about it. Not at all feeling bad. Oh, but I failed again. Well. Alright. Thank you for your cooperation. Well, that's a shame. We'll just have to come back at some point. Reload? You think I should reload? How important for... I guess, here's my question for somebody who's played the game. How important is that? Is that important conversation? Is that conversation important enough to be worth save scumming? Mildly important? No boats in the boathouse today. That's true, I do still have space to level composure. Oh, such mixed responses. Okay. I think I'm gonna wait, but this is high on my list. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna go back and save scum it. Well, alright, no, let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it. I'm only hurting myself by not. Okay, you scary Poppins, you don't remember having that conversation in your playthrough, but you completed it. Okay, that's good to know. Oh, okay. So
always a pleasure, officers.
I'm gonna breeze through this conversation. Oh. Okay. Alright. So I think in this timeline I've not yet switched out... Oh, no, I have switched out my shoes, but I haven't used my point yet. So... yeah, Silverskeen, that's the thing, is like, I want to play earnestly, but also I want to know. I'm curious. What does this dude know? Alright, so we've got an even chance now, and I still have a skill point, so if we fail here, I can still drop that skill point and we'll do it again. Oof. Bad luck. Bad luck. Are those prayer beads I keep hearing? I don't pray, officer. Faith is a non-existent helper. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness, not for proper, rather surely in men such as ourselves. Alright. Save something is the right of all sentient beings. Yes, Nicholas.
Always a pleasure to see an officer of officers.
Alright, so we've got a high chance this time. If this doesn't... Listen. If this doesn't work, we're just gonna move on. Because this will be like the 4th time we've tried. Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze Gary's composure. Boop. Hey! Hey! That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath. Something worn underneath it? Sounds like he's wearing some kind of armor under his clothes. You can't tell it's there just from looking at him. Probably stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives. I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear. He freezes, then sighs heavily. I knew you figured it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. He unbuttons his shirt. You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso. I was ashamed of what I did, and I didn't want you to know. We're not detecting falsehoods, sire. He's gearing up to tell the truth. Gary, Morel asks, what's going on? Later, Morel, I've got apologizing to do. No, you've got explaining to do. The lieutenant's tone is icy. Alright, let's start from the top and work our way down. Give me that armor now. He sighs, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. It's so light to hold, like a bag of cotton. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it, and they scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. He looks at his feet. So I went there to take out my trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and he swallows. I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, fuck, he is a foreigner. That they all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... His lips start quivering. Fuck. We're detecting sincere contrition here, sir. He's not trying to flatter anyone. It's okay. The lieutenant jots something down on his notebook. It was a loose end, and you're tying it up now. I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man, he says silently. Sealite officers commanded the Suzerain Navy. Most of them sided with the king when he shakes his head. They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. Why did you lie to me, Gary? Because I was weak, he says, staring at nothing in particular. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but... The hell, Gary? Morel asks. You in trouble? I'll explain later. He doesn't muster up the strength to yell. Did you know who killed the hanged man? I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know. And I won't be running my mouth on the subject anymore. This is all he knows. Are we done here, Gary? Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. He looks around, relieved of some of his burden, his mouth still quivering. I won't miss with Mr. Clare either. You have my word. Alright. Okay, buddy. Alright, dude. Okay, we've got some corpse armor. Fairweather T500 Cuirass. Cuirass? I don't know how to say that word. So it gives me pain threshold +1, volition +1, empathy -1. That's fucking funny. I have an aura of invulnerability, which makes me less empathetic. Mr. Clare is Everett Clare. He's the leader of the Union. This vitreous enamel cuirass Fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across the countless white plates. Amazingly, it fits under your coat. And it also makes pretty porcelain sounds when shaken. I really like the raincoat, but let's just see how this looks. Oh, it replaces the shirt, not the jacket. Okay, hold on. Oh boy. Oh, holy cow, what a look. Wow. Okay, gang, how do we feel about what's going on here? Oh boy, howdy. It's sort of like a dolly stormtrooper, yeah. Looking buff to impress Kim, yeah. Oh boy, oh. I don't hate this. What am I giving up? -1 physical instruments and shivers, -1 endurance. But I'm gaining back the authority I lost. I kinda like it. Mix us up. I haven't had pants in a long time. I don't really see the point. I think we're just changing out in the open. This isn't anything Kim hasn't seen before, so I think it's fine. Great. What I love most is the high collar on this armor. I love this. Why mix us up? Why would we have pants? Why would we bother with pants? The white ceramic cuirass hugs your torso, shielding your vitals without adding much bulk to your form. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plate reorients to your motions. I will be responsible with this. This is just to protect me from harm, not to show off. Incorrect. Decked out in future armor like a cop. Ought to be. Task complete. Find 1 armor piece. The hardened vitreous enamel, once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability. Oh, Veggie Kex, yeah, you're welcome. I'm enjoying it so far, and people are still tuning in and seem to be enjoying it. So that's been my guiding star. As long as our people are still enjoying this fucking weird ass game, I'm gonna keep playing with it. This gear could line my pockets with my cash. I could probably sell it to some other cops. This is long sought after enemy technology. I can't just enjoy it. I must study it. I feel like I'm on the verge of unlocking a new thought. So let me think about... Oh, Punchfog! Once again, thank you for another gift sub. Congrats to Haas the Bee. B stands for present. Congrats on the present. Stupid. I said a dumb thing. Oh yeah. Thank you for re-upping your own subscription too. We really do feel more. Okay, I know I could sell this and make enough money to be able to stay into a hotel for a long time, but I don't know if I'd actually find somebody to buy it. So let's study it. Remember, the vitreous enamel material acts as a kinetic redistributor. It's meant to stop bullets. Wear it, observe its properties, see if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight somebody covered in the same material. So that's a great touchstone. I love community. That's a great touchstone for that word. A weird touchstone, but a great one that I appreciate. Hoss the Brita. Okay. So we've unlocked a new thought. It really hurts to punch this armor. A sword wouldn't even leave a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is. Possibly by beating yourself while wearing it? Shooting yourself? Let's see. So I do have more space. I can unlock a new space to learn. A new... Oh, right. I forgot about this one. This is a weird one. It gives me a lot of negatives. Oh, but it takes a very short time to research. Ooh, these are all good. I really don't know which one of these I want to invest in. I could also just invest in another point to unlock some of the stuff that I've failed. Huh. The problem is that I really like the thoughts. So let's go ahead and unlock another thought. Yeah. I'm leaning towards the Litany of Contact Mike, but if you guys think one of these other ones sounds strong, let me know. This has so many negatives, I'm really curious what the outcome will be. It's time once again to return to the 20 things you like to say about Contact Mike, the boxer who is apparently a paragon of open competition. It really doesn't get any better than this. Any better. Both inside and outside the ring. Stop. Point at somebody. Someone in the distance. Point your finger at him. He will point his finger back at you, vaulting on an impossible gulf of finance and privilege, too. Interesting. The armor one will help a lot down the road? Okay. I mean, I'm definitely interested in learning about this armor. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the armor now. I'm going to keep my eye. We're going to do the Litany of Contact Mike at some point. I want to know what the fuck this is all about. Yeah, the art's really good. This game's just good. It's just a good-ass game. Okay. Alright. Wait, what does that give me a negative to? Savoir-faire? Okay. Alright, now I have to re-click all those things I clicked before we save scum. What if at the end of this game, Kim scolded me for all the times I save scummed? What if this game were like Undertale, and that at some point Kim's like, stop save scumming, you fool. Ooh, new sunglasses, huh? Superstar sunglasses. Alright, let's see what they look like on. Oh, they big. +1 savoir-faire, -1 visual calculus. I'm just thinking of this. I love the sea monster glasses. I'm gonna keep them up. This is a fucking look. Ooh, wait, how would they look with tall boots? Are the brogues? That's cute, but I like the tie better. Okay. If you save scum, Mr. Rossetti should pop out of the ground. That would be great. I would love if Mr. Rossetti was in every game. What if Mr. Rossetti was in every game and just popped up to scold you every time? Bye, Dork Apocalypse. Good luck doing your housework. Okay. Oh, it's one of these traps. Yeah. Generally, Jenna, it mad bad. There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set out before. Same mesh, same wiring. Look around. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building loom over the reeds. They whisper amongst themselves confidentially. Snowflakes cling to their shivering stems. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades, nowhere for drunks and adventurous teens to hide. Now, only the wind blows. Reach for the trap. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmids gorging on them. Big surprise, the lieutenant grins mirthlessly. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. It'll be in the next one, Kim. Surely. Surely, he repeats and looks at the sea. Then at you, putting the trap back on the ground. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here. That's the spirit, Kim. Kim has a French accent. I don't think France exists in this universe so much, but he definitely has what sounds like a mild French accent. Revachol is basically France. Yeah, that's kind of the energy I've gotten. A lot of the words, like Revachol itself, is a very francophonic sound. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench covered in rust. This game definitely does not exist in our reality. So, like, France doesn't exist in this world. So in that way, like, they're definitely like some parallels. Yeah, Pixel Art Dragon, exactly. Your Orange is somewhat Dutch. You have some like, yeah, they're analogous countries, but this definitely exists in a world that's different from our own. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the crackled wall, reaching from one corner to the other. Ah, more bullet holes, Kim. Correct. The lieutenant examines the wall closely. The density of the bullet holes is unusual, even in a general average bullet hole frequency in matinees. Since grim affairs. Chad, yeah, it does seem to make some references to things that are really close to our reality. I can't remember any that are like definitely from our reality, but there's overlap. Meanwhile, this is a lot of bullet holes. Oh, that was just Jenna's voice, not Kim's. He brushes the wall with his hands. Looks like a fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days. Why not? The manufacture and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution. The destructive power of such tools proved to be too much. We do need to retain some humanity in this world. Alright. Why this many bullet holes? I've got bonuses from looking at the bullet holes on the other walls. And for knowing about Felt Electrical. Alright, payoff. Why this many bullet holes? A row of ghastly... Oh, Jesus. Ah, fuck. A row of ghostly shades stands facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined... Look at this fucking, We've gone into... What's that? What was that game? I'm blanking on the name. But you guys know exactly what game I'm talking about, right? What the fuck is The Return of the Overden. We're playing The Return of the Overden. Suddenly for a moment. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with a white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading? Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. An abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round where only one soldier has a loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. I think the timeline matches up roughly with our own, but this is set in the 50s. So the fact that it makes reference to disco puts it a little bit earlier. But like the year is like 1953, if I'm remembering quite correctly. But like even the fact that disco exists and is called disco, I don't know if they've ever used the word disco in the game. I don't know. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here. Oh, I see. Look at the people against the wall. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height of the bullet holes. They stand facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about the personality or background. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats holding automatic rifles aimed at the people, soldiers on some side. But from which one? The commandant, the one who gives the orders. The commandant, the one who gives the orders. Machine gun fire crackled through the air, the lights of the muzzles flashes dancing on his face. Kim, who is in this execution? At first, the lieutenant doesn't say a word. He just stares at the wall. I don't know, he says finally. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the royalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about the field? What if it was the Feld personnel when their asses were being seized by the revolutionaries? The lieutenant nods. Another likely scenario. Or maybe, you mentioned coalition forces. Could it have been them against the wall? Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones that died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders. A cold sea wind blows away the figures. Weird. Ooh. Oop, money. First, get the money, buddy. Gotta prioritize. Ooh, I'll have to look for that devlog. That sounds interesting. Oh, I found more fawn clothes. Fawn people. +2 logic, -1 perception. Is this... what kind of clothing is this? Whoa! Whoa! I mean, obviously not, because it's not Froggy Hat. I ride or die Froggy Hat on this stream. Haha, it's pretty slick though. Small wire framing inside this futuristic-looking fawn peepo hat gives it the aerodynamic shape of a swoop skier helmet, but none of the protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. That's pretty fly, but not Froggy Hat. I love you, Froggy Hat! I wish I had Froggy Hat in real life. I would love Froggy Geyser. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. Yeah, so much recycling. Wait, did I pick up something weird? Oh, tool. Oh, I found undrank booze. Alcohol, potent pilsner, effective substance use effects +1 physique, -1 morale. I do not have the morale to spare. Oh, actually, I've evened out. Wait. Oh, is it because I raised my composure? I used to have 4 body, 2 mind. People paid money to park here? No one would pay now. I guess... okay, I think that's everything up in this area. Oh, Pixel Art Dragon, thank you for the link. Click on that. I'm gonna save that and check that out after the stream. Alright, those bozos have left. Oh, I should be able to check this one now that I've checked another one. This is the trap morale just set. Technically it's over, but he said it's... Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality, but... Look around. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. It's good the zoologist left. Cryptozoologist left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can be seen in the sand, the fire that's gone out. You feel strange somehow. Reach for the trap. The trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside. Another empty trap, the lieutenant takes note. More out of habit than duty. Let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one. Yep, the next one has a crab trapped in it. He raised his collar. It's windy. These are just crab traps, you do realize. I did not realize. Thank you, Kim. Okay. Let's see. I think the other traps might be down here somewhere. It's really one of the very few complaints I have about this game is that it's really hard to know where you can and cannot walk. So you just kind of have to fumble around, which is fine, I guess. Oh, let's see, guys. Oh, I've made a circle. I've made a circle. Okay, where did he say the other two traps were? My guess is that these traps will probably have to be checked on like another day, but let's see if we can find the other two, and that can be the end of the stream. Check the trap on Land's End, far northeast, east of the Feld building. Check the trap near the canal you crossed, southeast of the village. Near the canal you crossed, okay. I'm checking the traps for what's in the traps, but I guess Kim would probably say we're checking 4 traps. But specifically, we're trying to find the cryptozoological phasmid thing that should be in them. Okay. So Land's End, far northeast of the Feld building, which would be over here somewhere. There's the church. Also, regrettably, don't really have... Oh, this is a new area. I have not been over here. Toot, toot, toot. There's not really a functional map. A white polo. +1 rhetoric, -1 empathy. I'm not going to wear this, but I do want to look at the flavor text. This shirt looks worn and smells a bit. You can't help but wonder... Who would it leave it stuffed into a tear container? What kind of man would even wears a polo shirt? This might be one of life's mysteries that will never be solved. Here it is. Okay. This trap's not too hard to spot once you know where to look for it. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist. Look around. The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here near the cave's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold this time of year. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity. Empty as all of them, he pants. One more of these and we're done. His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. You getting tired? No, I'm fine. I did not mean to complain, it's just... He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Ooh. Oh, it's so hard not to get distracted in this game. I'm like, oh, a rock with a thing I can touch. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tiomutili. You take a mental note. Tiomutiri seems important somehow. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. Ooh, another necktie. Ooh, it's scented. What? A scented scarf? Game? This has been a very rich episode for new clothing. Scented scarf, which is obviously a necktie, first of all. This light springtime scarf smells like men's cologne mixed with cheap laundry detergent. Somebody must have left it behind, probably from a date. Wear it if you want to delude yourself that spring has arrived. +1 shivers, -2 physical instrument because of allergies. I don't think scented clothing is an actual thing. And I'm kind of glad, because that seems dicey. I would hate to buy, like, well, because what if you saw, like, a really cute shirt, and then you bought it, and it was, like, I don't know, lavender scented, and you didn't like lavender? Like, I don't know. Finding cool clothes that you like is hard enough. Adding a scent layer on top sounds like an absolute nightmare. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, you can't even see it. Does my armor cover it up? Okay. Oh, I see. I get a +1 morale bonus. That's what's happening here. Interesting. Okay. Well, it's a shame that you can't see it under my armor. Tiny inlets there, off in a far distance, with a post trail. Oh, Ty, next, you make a good point. A perfume mask. Maybe a mask that you can put perfume in. That would be nice. Sometimes I have coffee, and then I have to go out and I put the mask on, and it's like being trapped in a little bad breath chamber that I've made for myself. This relay tower coordinates boat traffics in the bay. Barely. Alright, the other one should be near the canal crossing. Alright, I'm gonna see what you are, but we're not going in. These rusted gears used to turn this whole machine. The building before you houses the engine. Must have been a big one. Oh, I'm not familiar with that TikTok meme, but it sounds interesting. Yeah, silver skin. Yeah, like the old potpourri necklaces. Those were miserable. An old door worn by elements guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long time. You see a handle. Impossible. Red check cannot be retied. Alright, we are not doing that one now. What is this thing anyway? Is military, a service depot of some sort. Used to service what? Probably something that is no longer here. The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him. It may have been used to service an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay. One way or the other, I am not gonna be able to open that, and it's a red check, so I cannot retry it. I'll just say this for myself. Any red checks, I will definitely save scum. We haven't come across very many. And that one was impossible for me, so it'll just have to wait for me to be more competent at interfaces. Alright, it was near the canal you crossed, southeast of the village. Deliberately impossible? Okay, that's interesting. Ooh, a box. Look at the box, buddy. Maybe there's recycling in it. Or a cool hat? No, just recycling. That's fine. Okay. What's happening to my screen? Has this always been darkened around the corners? There's something happening. I feel like I'm losing my mind a little. Okay, so the trap should be... So he said that the Whirling in Rags was south of here, so the orientation of southeast... Oh, it is getting a little bit late in the game. Oh, here it is. Okay. It takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. The reeds bend forlornly towards the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city center hums in the east. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again, always the cold. Reach for the trap. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is definitely here. No locusts! No phasmid either, but still, no. The phasmid might be invisible, so if the locusts have been eaten... Look closer still. The lieutenant studies the trap with you. Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean that it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others, like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down to the ground. I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out? Yeah, it probably wasn't the phasmid, but still. But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out? Right. It does not look like he thinks you're right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologist to figure out. He adds for clarity, we are not cryptozoologists. We are cops. Thanks, Kim. I'm sorry, Kim. Well, gosh, it's not that I thought we would definitely find something. I just kind of hoped we would find something. Remind me the next time we're close to that check, that impossible check, and I'll do it then. It's 4 o'clock, hold on, but I'm gonna do just a little bit more housekeeping. I want to see if we can get a tape deck from the pawn shop. I want to talk to Morel and tell him what we found. Those are the two things I want to do, and then we'll end the stream. Ooh, that's a good hot tip, Haas. I'll keep that in mind.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Maybe I have to look around? Oh gosh, this has turned into a whole thing. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, Silver Scheme, we should ask that woman about her husband. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets. Some on horsebacks, others in rags, others yet in blue uniforms. They are all stern and unyielding in their duty. A set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols, even shovels and tall sticks. Bird's Nest Roy says, you're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. Revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I wish it was more nuanced. As it stands, I cannot comment. None of those is a tape deck, though. The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Stand on your tips of your toes to see more. One especially catches your eye, deep gold and amber plastic with the big old handle on top. The classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Are you sure this is all in working order? Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with records of speech, found sounds, and music from a variety of genres. Even though, he grimaces, I don't really like music. That's odd. He doesn't like music? Don't like music? What do you like then? The stuff I record myself. Silverware shirking and drawers as motorcycles race by, nocturnal animals climbing on the roof, airship rotors, that kind of thing. This dude's inventing ASMR in this reality. But like weird ASMR. Maybe you should ditch music as well. Get into these more experimental sounds he's describing. Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here is the Harman Waushi W02, made in Vespers, designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel formats. Set you back 12 real. Okay. I want to buy that boombox. Here you go. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll pay anything. Whatever. Turn any tape into a conversation of shapes and sounds. Cool. Okay. Cool. Tape player. This reel-to-reel boombox of everybody's youth. A little banged up, a little chipped, and honestly, not that loud either. Looks cool though. Excels at being carried on the shoulder, allowing you to play audio tape items and blast music into the face of unsuspecting teenagers. Can I play this now? Requires a boombox to play. A porter reel is just what you needed. The reel attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Press play on tape. You press the large button marked commence, and a tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing. Keep the porter reel at a harmless distance and wait. I'm waiting myself to hear if it's playing. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in. Tells you about the tiniest church in St. Sen's, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds, you know this is the one. The real shit you've been looking for. The one you trashed your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit, then the tape stops spinning. Could I sing this for karaoke? This sounds like a real sad song. Well, of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yep, they're all here, all 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands in your way. What? Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. The lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything. Well, that's great, because I do have that stuffed grouse that I can give back to Garrett. That'll surely get me in his good pit. I'll get on his good side. All right. Next stop, talking to that lady in front of the bookstore, if she's still there. Oh, I guess we should call in the name of the dude. I've got to have a stopping point for myself. Ah, she's gone. Well, maybe she'll be back another day. It is getting late in the game, so... I'm gonna turn... Real quick, I'm gonna turn in my recycling, because I think I've got a lot. Hello. Oh, $1.30. Hell yeah. It is important to recycle. I feel great about doing it. Alright, let's talk to those cryptozoologists. And then... I guess we could talk... yeah, the question is, do we want to sing karaoke today? I feel like maybe we should sing karaoke today. I mean, it might be time. It might be finally time to sing karaoke. Hey, you two. Wow, are you not wearing a shirt, dude? Oh, no.
I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Oh. Just doing my job, ma'am. Here, I wanted to give you a small token of my gratitude. She hands you a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. It's a tie, mesquite in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special. The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important. You never told me you've seen the phasmid. Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings. Lena, I assure you genuinely I do. Ramblings, Morel says. Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard. But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right. Measuring things is important. How did she get the size? You are a child, my dear. Really, it's extraordinary you were able to describe it. Now go on, tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field. Kim, reflexively, the lieutenant readies his familiar notebook. Kim, this isn't going to be important. Well, it was summer, she starts. I was building a racetrack out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one, many times my height, I remember. When all of a sudden, what happened? I looked up, and one of the reeds moves. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. I stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. She shakes her head. I never seen anything like it. The reeds turned into a creature. I don't know how this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. She looks at you. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. I tried to follow it, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see anymore. It was just standing there, knee-deep in mud, looking around me. I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. She chuckles. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress the boys, that kind of thing. She pushes her hair back. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel. We were on a date, can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the insulating phasmid I'd ever heard. The sounds, she told me it hissed. It did, yes, like reeds in a gust of wind. The way it moved, the color, how some of its limbs were white like marble. He breathed excitedly. It matches perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession. This is kind of sad. You probably should not have faith in this profession, sir. Its limbs are white? Not all of them, he answers for her. There's a white coloration reported along with beige, where the camouflage ends. Generally, Jenna, 100%. 100%. I feel like I've definitely had some flirtatious conversations about ghost sightings that kind of fit that vibe. How big was it? It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself, but to me it seems to be smaller than I was then. But that's probably not the case. What if that is the case? Kim, what do you think of this? I think it was a wonderful story, ma'am. He closes his notes and gives her a simple smile. You were on a date? First, yes. The old woman looks at her husband tenderly. The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express even to him. Interesting. Maybe you imagined it, Lena. How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. The main thing here is what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect. So she couldn't have made it up or imagined it. That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, she lowers her voice, imitating a boy. You trying to tell me you saw that insulating phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here, she smiles. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it. Thank you for sharing this with me. You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunny day. So warm. Dude, I checked your traps.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play cool, remain professional, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps. So I checked all the traps, and one of them was empty. Completely empty? The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid. No locust, but no phasmid either, Lena says. That's not ideal, but... The old woman's face lights up. It just means the Insulidian phasmid is even more clever than we thought. She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them. Of course, the detective whispers to himself. More clever. Yes, the Phasmatidea picked off the locust and escapes. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure. His companion sighs. Wait, his companion's here? I don't see Gary. Yes, that's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter, the phasmid. Wait. It's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you wanted to be true. I appreciate your concern, officer, but please leave this to the experts, unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Oh, he's by the bar? Okay, I see. You're jabbing at the soft underbelly of his psyche. He realizes he's gotten defensive. Actually, no, his tone changes. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Society Cryptozoologie de Revachol, is yours. Heartfelt gratitude, but does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play may be afoot. Theft? Somebody steal the phasmid? Thank you, it's an honor, Kim says with a straight face, then turns to you. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but... Damn it, Lieutenant, have you no intellectual curiosity? Ha! Okay, I can develop an alternate theory about the missing locust. Weirdly, I get a +1 for something else with the trap, -1 for insulting morale, and +2 for Kuno's a hooligan. Kuno! I succeeded. Was this Kuno? Considering the way the empty trap was to serve, as though shaken, most likely the hands of a young person, hands small enough to fit inside the trap too. You should ask the red-headed boy Kuno. I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts. A little hooligan, Morel asks, but why would a child want with bugs? A shadow of worry passes over Lena's face. Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks. I'll talk to little Grimmin and see if something comes up. Delinquents, my favorite, Kim says. Doesn't look like it's really his favorite. Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close. Gary says, well, I see you've all gotten all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play Suzerainty, but no more field trips for me. After this is your last chance to talk to Gary. Really, Gary? The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly. We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play Suzerainty, but... Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. He looks at his tea. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When the tea is done, I gotta run. No, Morel says. No need to apologize, Gary. You've been more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on the game of Suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through. He keeps the language unemotional, but it's there. Disappointment. Okay. Oh, it's auto-saving. Alright. I'm gonna see if we can't do a little sing-song. Get a little karaoke on. And then, we'll, conclude the stream. Look at this tie. Is this like a bolo tie? This rules. This is absolutely what we're wearing. A slender bolo tie held together by an antique clasp in the shape of a bird skull. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing, but you can't look away. Oh yeah, this is, my current horrific necktie gives me +1 Inland Empire. This one gives me that, plus Volition. +1 Volition. I hope we can see it over the... Oh, yeah. It's small, but I love it. Oh, that's a good look. Oh, I love it. All right. Okay, dude. Let's karaoke.
Can I help you?
Hey, I found a new bird for you. What is this thing? The man takes the stuffed bird. It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. Or I wanted to apologize for breaking the great skua by bringing you this ruffled grouse. Okay, he inspects this bird somewhat suspiciously, then mellows. Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you? I'm gonna go with thank you. I feel good about our work here today, Kim says. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed birds. I think Kim's being sarcastic. It's not actually about that, but he liked it. About my bill for tonight. Go ahead and pay for our room. I'll need another 20 real tomorrow. I got it, Garrett. Thank you. Garrett, I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. It's not happening. Garrett, what? He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. This is my way of apologizing for the trouble I've caused. Please, let me say I'm sorry. By causing more trouble, I think we're good. But, looks him in the eye, Johnny Law is about to tear it up. Sad style. Eh? The whirling doesn't need more sad style. It's one of the styles it can do without right now. But why do you even have a PA system if you're not going to use it, dude? It's for the... He begins confidently, but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke disaster of 44. What happened in 44? A lot of people... What? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. What? Garrett, what? What? It's not a prop, it's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, for some clients, he admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I paid my bills. I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Ha, well, he comes up with a counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. That's all right. I have my own tape with me. Give him the tape for the smallest church in St. Sens. I mean, thinking back to the discussion earlier, St. Sens is a real, like, that's a crossover thing that exists in our world. Like, I'm looking up what it is because I know, yeah, like, Camille Saint-Saëns is an actual French composer. But maybe Saint-Saëns is just like a location here or something? It's super weird. Okay, the man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown hard. Fine, fine. Yes! Climb on the stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. Ha 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 ha. Let's go ahead and save. I'm incredibly excited. Kim, this one's for you. The stage is all set for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creaking under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady silently. So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. Look, Kim! Kim! Kim, look at me! I'm gonna sing karaoke! Kim, look at me! Kim! I can see that. The lieutenant steps away the stage, ready for your performance. Look around the room first. The bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention, but still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse. You're sweating. Just make your move, okay? Don't be stiff. Put your lips against the microphone. Test it. Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands? Okay. Oh, I'm too close to the mic. There's a hand conundrum. Those are giving me -1 each, but +1 superstar cop and +1 throw in some dance moves. Ooh, this is a red check. This check cannot be retried. Oof. Okay. I've got an even chance. God, do I want to save scum this? I think I'm just going to go for it. Listen. I think I'm just going to go for this. It's an even chance. I think I can do it. I think I can do it, gang. All right. We're doing it. Let's do it. Yes! A beautiful roll. Success. The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in San, though it once was larger. How the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Incredible. um, that was delightful. That was so fucking bizarre. It was wonderful. That was so weird. This game's one of the fucking weirdest games I've ever played, and it's so delightful. Oh my god, Squatcha, you're right, I'm doing it. I'm impressing Kim. Look at him. He's enraptured. He's enthralled. He respects me finally for my karaoke skills. Wow, Jesus Christ. That ruled. That was wonderful. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of the game, right? I got everything out of this game that I could possibly want. Thank you. Thank you. A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you. Oh, I could dedicate the song to Kim. Or to contact Mike. Or to myself. I absolutely am going to dedicate it to Kim. There's really no other option here. I'd like to dedicate the song to my partner, Kim Kitsuragi. I nod to the lieutenant. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away. He's incapable of blushing, but if he weren't, he'd blush. Good, good. The cafeteria manager intervenes to cut the moment short. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now. Last words? I could do finger pistols, which I love. It's probably going to be what I do. Evening will come. We will sow the white sail, work with those words, world unite. It's pretty good. Thank you, Martinez. Say nothing. Leave enigmatically. As a superstar cop, I've got to whip out my finger pistols, shoot in the air, and leave. Hoppa, hoppa, pew, 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 pew. And so I do. The most perfect possible note to end the stream on. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. We went a little bit longer than normal, but it was worth it. It was simply worth it. I hope the rest of you have a good weekend. I'm planning on having a great weekend. If you've got good weather out, enjoy it. And I'll see you Wednesday for Blender stream. If not, next Saturday for more Disco Elysium. Have a good evening, everybody.